Guilt. What does it look like when you're consumed with guilt? You struggle to have an appetite. Stress about whether your past sins will catch up with you. Get worried that history will repeat itself. Even though you're trying to be better. Even though you're trying to be a better person and heal from the mistakes that have been made in the past. The more you think about it, the more your past mistakes consume you. Sometimes it's easy to use closure as an excuse to be stuck in that dark place. To dwell there and find comfort in feeling pity for yourself. And the more people that feel sorry for you, the more comfort that you get dwelling in that dark place. However, you feel, as terrible as it was, however you feel about what you did wrong, what action it was, is unimaginable. You deserve grace. You deserve grace and a chance to redeem yourself. A chance to pull yourself out of the dreadful hollow of guilt and all the negative effects that it has towards your life and towards your peace of mind. No one is perfect. No one is immune to making mistakes. What matters is after you mess up and feel that negative, intense feeling that consumes you, that consumes you in your stomach, that consumes you in your head, that consumes you in your conscience, is how you respond to it. I've known guilt. I've felt guilt. I've dined with guilt. And I've slept next to guilt. And I can honestly tell you this. There's no feeling that I hate in this life more than guilt. Guilt will bring you down. Guilt will hinder your progress. Guilt will make you get stuck in 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Even though you can't do anything about it anymore, you can't go back and change the past. Are you going to wallow in sadness and feel sorry for yourself? Or you're going to pick yourself up from the ground? Dust yourself off. The fact that you feel guilty is an indication that you feel bad for messing up. And that you would rather be on the opposite side of what's haunting you. My question for you is that, are you going to learn from your guilt and do better next time? Or you're going to feel sorry for yourself and repeat the actions that got you into the dark place of guilt in the first place? It's not entirely doom and gloom. You can make things right with the people you have let down. You can make things right with the people you've hurt. And you can make things right with yourself. But first, you have to find grace with yourself. You have to find grace with the people that you have let down. And learn from your past mistakes. And grow from that past experience. Guilt is a good teacher not to repeat past mistakes. But the only closure you can get from those mistakes that haunt you is when you detach yourself from the guilt and let go. Guilt is like a parasite to the body that sucks blood and feeds on you. It sounds bad, I know. And that's how it feels when you're consumed by guilt. Yes, there is more you could have done. But you just have to let the guilt remind you to do better next time. When an athlete is running a race, when they look back to see if others behind them are catching up, automatically their speed reduces, even though it's unintentional. And such is life when it comes to guilt. You are not allowing yourself to move forward with your life because you're worried about your past mistakes, that they will catch up with you. And you keep looking over your shoulder instead of looking at what's right in front of you. What if there's an obstacle in front of you? You'll trip because you're too busy worrying about what's behind you now. A wise man, David Roper, said that guilt is rooted in the actions of the past, perpetuated in the lack of action in the present, and delivered in the future in form of pain and suffering. Don't let your guilt stand in the way of your happiness and what keeps you going. You know it deep down inside you. You have a lot to do. You have a lot of work. And it all starts by letting go of that guilt. Detach yourself from whatever you did wrong in the past. Know you're better and know that you can do better. And what matters now is what you do about it. You still have a lot in you. You can do better. Let go of the guilt and shame and pain and do better by yourself.